Hey guys, Yoshi here. Want to apologize. I kind of messed up the setup for my mic, and we already have another episode already recorded. So please just bear with us as we get these out of the way, and we'll have much better audio quality in the future. Without further ado, please enjoy our debut episode of our podcast. So, Travis, how's your day?
It's pretty good.
Oh, that's good to hear. Anything exciting happening?
I recorded a new story by Rainer Lewington called Mr. Smiles. No, it's called Hungry Smiles, about a creature called Mr. Smiles. And, it's got that old school creepypasta feel. I thought it was pretty neat. Yeah, there were some writing errors, but nobody's perfect.
Right, true. Life be like that sometimes.
Yes, life do be like that sometimes.
And a while back you released another creepypasta that was an astonishing 40 plus minutes?
That was less of a creepypasta, more of a short story. The writer is Vincent V. Cava, and the story is called Picture This. It's about an artist who, deals with the cyberbullying in the way a lot of us wish we could, but then immediately regrets it, finding out the repercussions of that shit. And I actually originally found it in my book over there, Pastel Colored Dreams and Human Flavored Nightmares. And all those stories are written by Vincent Cava. So
sounds like an interesting read.
Oh yeah, I've got several of those. If you're ever looking for a good book to read, I'm usually reading something.
It's a pretty interesting title for a horror anthology. Am I correct? It's just a collection of his.
Oh yeah, he's got a few of them. I've got Human Flavored Dream or Pastel Colored Dreams. I got that one. I have A Little Terrible, and then I have a few others that are written by other people or compiled by other people.
So you're quite the horror buff. Do you have a YouTube channel, perhaps?
I do. It is OfficerHorrorTime on YouTube, where I read horror content, creepypastas, horror short stories. I'm wanting to get into some more other things, but I'll let you guys know more on that as
they develop.
As they develop, yeah. Something I'm kind of playing around with right now is doing something like an SCP, like instructional video is how I was going to do the SCP Foundation. With trying to do like an instructional tape, like a training video that somebody would show you over each SCP, and or some true crime stuff that I was wanting to get into as well, especially with my line of work, and it's kind of interesting.
Oh, so the officer in Officer Horror Time is actually part of your day job?
Yeah, I'm a jailer for a sheriff's department here locally, and so I get to do a lot of that cool stuff.
Speaking of cool stuff, recently you got pepper sprayed in your face.
I did. It was across both eyes. I've been tased, pepper sprayed, slammed, CS gas, OC gas. Been not hit with the 40 millimeter launcher, but I've had the grenades go off, flash banged, all of that. It's a wild ride, but that pepper spray I think tops everything as far as unpleasantness.
Yeah, for over half an hour, correct?
I couldn't see for 45 minutes. Like I was blind and useless to the world, just filled with anger and disorientation.
Yikes. Welcome to this experimental podcast, starring me, Yoshi, from Critical Thinking, and of course, Travis, aka Officer Horror Time.
Yeah.
And we're figuring we just shoot the shit, talk stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All the stuff. The best stuff.
I figured, we hang out all the time, and we have all these talks, usually after a few drinks, and I got the bright idea. I think it was actually last night when I was like, I want to do a podcast, but I don't know if you're going to be cool with it. I don't want to, just kind of bully my way into your stuff.
And I'm like, let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it now. But it's like 3 a.m. Let's do it after we take a good, long-ass power nap.
Yeah, right? Ugh. I think I ended up staying up till like 5.
Yeah. So did I accidentally. Shout outs to D'Amico.
Yeah. Thanks, D'Amico, for the wonderful stream.
That me gunner is getting on my nerves. So I had to join the stream.
It was pretty rad. It was a wild ride, start to finish. Speaking on the topic of video games, you are somewhat of a Smash enthusiast yourself.
Oh, I wouldn't say a Smash enthusiast, but I'm pretty nice at Smash Brothers.
You're pretty nice at Smash Brothers.
Nice.
Yoshi, I've only seen you play 3 games, 2 of which are Smash Brothers. So.
And the other one is Smash Brothers on a different system.
Yeah, that's the portable one. That one doesn't count.
But yeah, I'd say I'm alright at Smash. I recently won a subscriber tournament hosted by the Mako, and that was pretty neat. I don't remember most of it because I was gonna just drink and play Smash and just see how that goes for me, and it actually went well.
I don't know. Whenever I get competitive, I usually go to like Siege. I was big into Overwatch, but the more I don't know, I feel like I'm falling into that hype that Overwatch is dead and all that.
And it doesn't help that some of our friends are a little bit
toxic AF.
I was gonna be prone to being salty, but yes.
Yeah.
Some of us just throw games for the sake of getting at one person on the enemy team.
Right. How does that even teach the enemy a lesson? I'm gonna throw this game because you're beating me.
Some people don't think when they're mad.
Stupid.
They let the sodium pulsate through their veins.
Yeah.
Speaking of salt, let's go back to Siege.
Okay.
Yeah. Why did we stop playing it again?
Okay, so the reason I stopped playing Siege was I was getting really into ranked, and I was in this weird spot where like I'm watching YouTube tutorials and I'm watching pro players, trying to learn from them and better my strategies. But I have this weird phenomenon that always happens when I do that is if I just go in there and just play the game, I do great. But if the moment I start trying to think and analyze and incorporate some new, more complex things, that's when I start bucketing, just dropping to the bottom of the board. And like I said, I was in ranked. I was gold rank. I was striving for platinum, trying to get, above average, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And people just start getting toxic for the most random reasons. I can't tell you, like, oh my gosh, like there's all this team killing in Siege and people verbally berating each other, and I'm like, I mean, throw up that GIF or whatever. Like, why do you have to be mad? It's only a game. Like I'm here to have a good time and enjoy some competition, and everybody else is taking it way, way too seriously.
And then they get on their headset and it sounds like a child. Like,
well, they get on their headset and they get all mad at, like, they get shot trying to come through, trying to hop, you know what a hop breach is, right?
I believe so.
It's where you put the breaching charge in the window, you go back to enter and blow it up right as you're swinging down, so it's like one fluid motion, the explosion and you coming in. And it's, the quickest way to enter a building. And so, like, they try to do a hot breach, fail fantastically, and get stabbed on the other side of the wall. And then it's suddenly your fault because you didn't ping them, or you weren't providing enough cover fire. Everybody else... My deal with Siege and most competitive games is it feels like you're always playing on somebody else's team. It doesn't feel like your team. It doesn't feel like a team. It feels like everybody is on their own team.
Yeah, which is why we were playing with our friends, but unfortunately that went south real quick.
Oh, yeah. With some more than others.
Yes.
But, yeah, I mean, it happens. People get upset. I've had a few times where I've had to set the game down because I'm mad.
To call back earlier, how you said you study pro players or strats, seen how to play the game and try to implement it yourself, and you'd always have to resort back just playing the game how you wanted to play it, and it turns out well for you. I feel that's mostly come down to experience, because it's not just Siege you've been playing, alright?
Yeah.
And Overwatch and all these other games.
All these other games. Like here, I can show you right here. I have 494 hours in Rainbow Six Siege.
Lord have mercy.
And that's just on this computer.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it doesn't carry over from my old computer. Otherwise, that would be outranked by New Vegas.
Mm-hmm. That, and you also put in some time on Xbox 360 with other games, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Like Left 4 Dead 2, to name one.
Man, we've been playing since the 90s. We're both... Well, I'm a 90s-ish baby. I was born in 92.
And I'm an 80s child.
Yeah.
Technically. Not really.
Yeah.
90s kid, too.
I don't identify as a millennial. I want you to wrap your head around that.
I grew up before the internet, little one. We had to go to the library and rent books.
You're damn straight. I still have my library card.
I have mine too.
I think I might have it on me.
Oh Lord.
Let's see our shitty 3rd grade signatures. Unless mine's still in that little blue box. It is. I can't show you my shitty 3rd grade signature. Not without rooting around my bedroom.
Here's my library card. No, not really.
That is a Walmart gift card.
Here it is.
It's got 13th sentence written on it in Sharpie. Yours is newer than mine.
But it looks old AF.
Yours is newer than mine. Mine was like all gray. Had like a little block thing that said like CLPB or PL like or public library. Had a little white strip here for me to write my name. It didn't have that.
No barcode.
No barcode. It didn't have a barcode.
I had a library card back from when I used to live in California, but that's long gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Damn, we old. Just like I'm gonna take.
I tried to pocket your Walmart gift card.
Let me take this Walmart gift card that's stashed away in here.
There's 13 cents written on it in Sharpie.
But speaking of Walmart, I used to work there, and that place was just garbage.
Was it?
Yeah, I remember this one time during a Black Friday. I think it was 2015. Mm-hmm. It was crowded. I was working electronics, but I was heading my way to the toy section because something fell, like one of the displays. I was not even 2 aisles in where this random child just comes out of nowhere and gut punches me. And then he was scurried off. I couldn't yell at him because I was trying to catch my breath.
You're editing this, right?
Yes.
Can we get a KO punch footage?
It probably already happened. KO.
Yeah, I've had some. I don't know. I've had a lot of jobs before I landed this one.
Mm-hmm.
I started off my work career, the little 12-year-old me sweeping up metal shavings at the machine shop my dad worked at. And then I went from there. I worked at Big Lots, and then I quit Big Lots and ended up working at the machine shop again.
Fun fact, Big Lots used to be Pick and Save.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Doki Panic. But Super Mario Brothers too. But after that, I went to Walter's World of Pets, which is a pet shop in Lubbock, Texas, that sells exotic pets and all that kind of stuff. At the same time, I was a night stalker for United Supermarkets, so I would refill shelves at nighttime. I eventually had to drop the Walter's job because I was exhausted working 2 jobs. And the United one paid more.
All right.
Well, after the United one fell through, somewhere between here and there, I went back to the machine shop. I don't remember. I quit United, or I got fired from United over mysterious circumstances. When I say mysterious, I mean they told me I had 3 days off, so I took those 3 days off. Right. Mm-hmm. I came back from those 3 days off to find they had switched it on the calendar and told me I'd missed 3 days in a row, and I was fired. And this was right when my benefits were supposed to kick in. Like the day of. So it's kind of shady, right? Yeah. Very shady. So after that, I went...
You heard it here, folks. Steal from United.
Steal from United. Let's get it trending. Hashtag steal from United.
Critical thinking and OfficerHorrorTime do not connote stealing from any establishment.
Right. So after the United job, I worked at Burger King. Where I worked my way up to kitchen team leader. And I would train people. And, other than the terrible job atmosphere, it was kind of fun. I got to eat. I didn't make very much. And, there were people there my age, so it was kind of fun. And after that, I started working at the jail. Yay! Doing paperwork. And then I went to detention officer. And now I'm on the response team. So I do detention officer stuff and response team stuff. And it's really cool. It's a lot of fun.
And that's working, not being incarcerated.
Yeah. After that, I went to jail.
Been there since. I get to go home every now and then.
Yeah. Make bond every day.
What was that one interaction you had when you started working there? The thing I try to quote every that time with the finger guns.
Oh, the skate fast and eat ass. These little jokes we say when cameras aren't rolling and we're by ourselves. Oh man,
it cracks me up every time I think about it.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of thinking, my channel despite the name, is a Smash channel.
Yeah.
And originally,
It didn't start that way.
No, it didn't start that way. It started off as a news show with me and Tony, who unfortunately is not here. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah. There's nobody cackling in my ear. He's never at my house. He refuses to come to my house. I've invited him several times.
We're calling you out, Tony.
We're calling you out, Tony. We're doing a podcast now, and it's filmed on location at my house. And you have to be here to be part of it.
Yeah. Get him. But yeah, we would film these episodes in front of a green screen in my old room.
Yes.
And despite from time to time it looked like I was next to Tony, I was actually not next to Tony. We would take turns in front of the green screen and take turns recording each other, going over the lines and things like that.
But I can tell you, like, straight up, just as, like, somebody who watched your channel and then met you and became friends, like, you had me completely fooled. I thought you had a whole set in your room. Like, I was convinced by the green screen and the movie magic and all that stuff. But the first time I came over to your house, I was just crushed. I was so disappointed. I wanted to see the critical thinking studio with, like, the fake backdrop and the big plastic desk and, like
where's all the red? This place is just green like a turd.
Yeah, right? This place is just baby vomit green. Like,
yeah. I think it took us 3 episodes before we got the quality as high as we could. Because we're still experimenting with the lighting, the position of the green screen, the position where we would be sitting for the lights to hit us just right, and just overall tweaking stuff on Tony's camera.
yeah.
Yeah, which unfortunately that's why we don't do it anymore, because the camera we were originally using, the lens up and went, so we couldn't record anymore. So I was like, well, I'll think of something. 5 months later, Smash.
Yeah, just playing Smash Bros.
Yeah.
You should be able to start using that green screen now with that camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
But yeah, speaking of the channel, the reason why I wanted to bring you on, because I figured we could talk about some of the games that influence you, that influence me, to how we play games now, and just how it affected us. Affected us in general. These games are infectious.
So you talk about what games affect the way that we play games now.
Yeah.
You know what I think? I think that's a fantastic topic for our next podcast.
You know what? Sounds good. Are we done? We're wrapping it up?
It's 18 minutes. Like, I didn't think we've been talking this long already.
Oh, okay.
Just beating around the bush trying to get at this topic. I hope you guys enjoyed. So now you know some
Power hour podcast.
Yeah, the 10-minute power hour. Didn't PewDiePie do it first? I don't know. Anyway, no, it was Jacksepticeye who did it first.
It was Cow Chop that did it first.
It's Cow Chop that did it first. There's the door.
No, I think there's a little indie channel called Comic Drake. He did it first.
Comic Drake is absolutely wonderful.
The kindest human being I've ever had the pleasure of sleeping on this couch.
Remind me when we go to Retro this year to have him sign my Wolverine print and not forget this time.
Yeah, you specifically bought a Wolverine comic for him to sign, and we plumb forgot.
Yeah, we left it in the room.
Yeah, not only did we leave it in the room, we hung out with him that entire time. We didn't think about like, oh man, I wish I would have had that camera. We're just like, oh, it's good seeing you. And then when we got back to the hotel room, we're like,
oh dang, I wanted him to sign this. Also met a great influence on my channel now. Mr. Creepypasta, which if you guys haven't heard of him, he's a pretty small channel with like 1.3 million subscribers.
Yeah, just barely starting out.
Just barely starting out. He's a fantastic person.
Oh,
and
so
I couldn't find anyone more supportive. I asked him for some advice. He gave me some advice. I grabbed it, stuffed it into a box, and ran with it. And now I'm doing what I've been wanting to do, which is pretty rad. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I just had an idea. Where's my notebook?
You're fiddling around.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, I'm a fidgeter, man. I don't know where any pins are. We'll have to do that here. It's been 20 minutes. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. This went on like 5 minutes over what I figured.
Oh, I thought we were gonna go for like an hour and a half.
Per podcast?
Yeah, that's what podcasts are.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought they were like little 15-minute episode things.
No, we can make them like that. We can call them something.
But that's not a podcast?
Ah, screw it. It's a podcast. What are they going to do? Unsubscribe? Take the view back?
No, please don't. Don't subscribe to Critical Thinking.
Sub to Comic Drake. Sub to Youngtown.
Is this where we do an outro and say goodbye?
Yeah, sure. Go for it. Take it away.
Okay.
Mr. Narrator.
Goodbye.